today we're gonna be acting like H3H3 loves black people. I've been preach. Let's get into it.
If you are familiar with Ethan Klein, he runs a podcast with his wife, Hassan Piker. Super low energy today because watching a 4-hour podcast of Ethan Klein just killed my lifespan by 3 years. So we're going to try to make it through this. I condensed it to 20 minutes.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even know there still was beef, and I thought that shit been was done, but I guess it'd be wrong.
Just for you guys, so you wouldn't have to suffer the same fate. So let's go.
You liars, you cowards. The thing about them, Babylon Reach, is that when you look at them holistically, I don't think they're that much different than Fresh and Fit. And in some cases worse, because I see them serving as a gateway into this really toxic manosphere.
What the fuck is he talking about? They literally don't do nothing that Fresh and Fit does. They totally two completely different platforms. Like, what are you talking about?
Phobic, misogynistic, women be lying type of thing. They are Fresh and Fit.
Okay.
She basically just described their bad date. And at one point she said that he lifted up her top to see her breasts.
So now they're talking about the fact that this girl accused Fresh and she was insinuating, heavily implying something extremely inappropriate happened, okay? They're trying to say it's not that kind of story. She was just talking about a bad date. That's her story. Let's listen.
Let's check it out.
In this narrative, even though she said, oh, I don't think he did a crime or whatever, listen, the way you said this story, the way that you...
You're only gonna play like that. Once you even insinuate something like that, it's only like, oh, you lift your top up. Like, that's borderline sexual assault. Like, what the fuck? Especially nowadays, they go to jail for less. Niggas go to jail for not even doing shit like that.
You guys have framed it, the fact that Ethan keeps implying it, the fact that most of the people in the comments...
It was one time. It was literally one time.
...said that's what he did. We all understand what you're framing, okay? You can't say, I didn't say he did that crime.
There was no framing. There wasn't really even a crime alleged. It was just, he's an embarrassing loser.
Oh, wow!
Hold up, preach. 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 Preach, preach. Just,
Yo, this is good. This is good.
I'll tell you, just watch.
Was kind of like the thrust of the call.
And who's framing when they're titling their video fake Me Too allegations when
that was
It wasn't a Me Too allegation. It was, I went on a pseudo date with this fucking weirdo,
right.
And it was a horrible...
That's not what it was. She said this motherfucker lifted basically damn near sexual assault. They trying to frame it. Oh, he wasn't saying that's what it was, because the girl came out as being a fucking liar.
experience.
You have no story.
Yeah, and she never claimed that he did that. She never fucking claimed it. This is bad. This is very bad. I think he may have assaulted you. I mean, at this point, did he lead with tongue or no?
All that happened, right, is that you, at one point, said, that sounds like that might be assault. And she said, no, I don't.
There was one brief moment where she said he lifted up her top.
You didn't say...
Yeah, they trying to clean it up now. It was a brief gesture she mentioned during passing that he may have. Like, stop. That was the whole reason y'all had her up on y'all show, to try to make them look like they some type of sexual predators. Don't backpedal now.
That's a... You said, that kind of sounds like assault.
I mean, I don't know.
No, that
It
is
does
assault.
kind of sound like that.
And
That's it.
Myron goes, yeah, it happened. And I made fun of her lopsided titties, too.
Jesus.
Insane.
Like, what... Again, that clip that they showed, based off of what she described, I don't think it's that big of a stretch for you to ask that question.
He lifted up her shirt and she was very uncomfortable
Does that
by
not
it.
sound bad?
He shouldn't have lifted up her shirt.
You see
That's
what they
fucking
say,
He
crazy.
right?
didn't dispute that. I ask you guys, what do you call it if somebody lifts up somebody's top to expose their breast without their permission?
There wasn't really even a crime
You see how they trying to frame it? You see how they trying to frame it?
alleged.
Is that just a joke? Or is she just, he's entitled to do whatever he wants to her because it's 5 a.m.?
There wasn't really even a crime alleged.
He did lift up her shirt and look at her.
Niggas full of shit.
Now, if somebody does
Yeah,
that
that's
without
a
your
crime.
consent, what is
It
that?
was a crime.
It wasn't a Me Too allegation.
They're more concerned with 35-year-old Myron's.
Yeah, being exposed as being kind of...
He's not even 35, but people always have to do that. When they try to shit on you, they always gotta make you seem like you some old dude who don't know any better. The nigga's 32, he's probably 33 now. Like, what the fuck? Or he's just a 50-year-old.
cringe. There was no framing. There wasn't really even a crime alleged.
You're not 35.
It's crazy to me that they're claiming that there wasn't anything alleged or there wasn't any framing, yet in this very podcast,
exactly
they're
what they're
still
doing.
framing it like this man Well, what does
What
it
do you
mean?
call it? What does it mean?
What
What
does
does
it
it call-
mean when you lift up someone's shirt without their consent and look at their...
We know what it means. You know the world know what it means. Why we play it dumb?
Guys, if you Google up the definitions, that shit fits right under. But you know what? Listen, Ethan, it's fine. I'm not even alleging or trying to frame it that you're some kind of anti-black individual. I'm not.
Do to me, I've already said the N-word. You can't take me down. Someone makes a compilation. It's like, here's Ethan saying.
Well, who said the just been around the block? Yeah. I love that I can just say yeah. Like, I feel like you're using it a little liberally. I love saying
What the fuck? I mean, I don't watch H3H3 podcasts. I don't watch them, so I don't really know what he be talking about overall. But this is fucking crazy. God damn, even them in the room, you could tell this dude right here is uncomfortable. Look at him, he's like, yeah, he kind of used it pretty liberally there. He's over here like, what the fuck is wrong with this dude?
It's so wonderful.
So now you're gonna get shit for it.
Guys, we're not trying to allege anything about
He's not.
him
That's
or
not
anything
what they
about his
trying to do.
behavior. We're just playing some videos.
And his whole thing is that he says and saying he's a hypocrite because he said for. Well, Ethan said for, and someone makes a compilation. It's like, here's Ethan saying referring to the word and saying in a ref.
All right. At this point now, he's literally doing it on purpose now to get a reaction out of people. Well, I mean, whether he's trying to get a reaction or not, he's literally doing it now. It's not in no context. There's no context behind it. He's just saying nigga over and over and over to prove to people that he can say nigga over and over, and yeah, I can't do shit about it. Hey, and I respect it. Because ain't nobody do shit about it. He's still jinking on YouTube.
Reference? H3's a hypocrite because he said on his podcast. It's like, dude, I think there's
Joe Rogan in his whole life probably didn't even say nigga this much on camera, and they tried to fucking ruin his career.
It's a clear difference
And it was in context.
between saying and referencing it. I said he said when me saying be like, I was at a party and said and she left, and they're like, oh, Ethan said
Shut it, just.
I have nothing to apologize for.
There's a lot, right?
18 times.
There's a lot, right?
That's a lot.
And in case anyone's wondering,
In one podcast. That wasn't even Joe Rogan shit. Was spread over like 15 years in different contexts with different shows. This shit is one podcast 29 times. These niggas is tripping.
I promise you, they're all ERs. There is no A's, and I don't think an A would make this any better. This ain't grade school. This ain't your report card. No A gonna save your ass. This an ER. I'm talking about emergency. Let's keep watching.
But what to expect from stupid? Sorry, blacks, but most of you are easy to manipulate.
Nigga said, sorry, blacks. Oh, shit. What the fuck?
Bingo, boingo, boongo, bongo.
well, I'd like to know.
Boy, that's flagrant.
Oh, my
I have to hit up Andrew Schultz for this one.
God. Bingo,
Let's keep
bongo.
watching.
You got, yeah.
That's a lot.
You gonna hit up Drew?
Let's just
Hit
watch.
up the Drew.
Bingo, boingo, boongo, bongo.
Well, I'd like to know what Abba and Preach think if the KKK had a YouTube channel.
I don't know. What do you think about
Hey,
it?
what you think?
Yeah, what do you think about
You're the one that should know.
it? I think even KKK members are watching like,
They're like, yeah.
this Jew's making us proud.
He is.
Man, listen, it's always the most progressive dudes who got the craziest history.
You're just have to nig.
Yeah.
Cracked.
Broke ass.
What the fuck? Wait. I mean, there's a lot of videos and they readily available all over YouTube, and he don't seem to like be caring or hiding it. He's talking crazy all over the internet. I've never seen none of these videos. This is crazy.
But in this case, there's no context.
He's like killing.
There's no context.
He's like, you think I'll leave her without them Doritos, dog? Nah, fool.
You really just dropped the N-bomb, like, straight up.
You ain't holding down shit. You broke. You ashy as fuck.
What is going on? Why is he speaking this way? I don't understand.
God damn, he really kind of just was really comfortable using that word. And people always target her. It's what happened with this one guy.
With this 24.5.
You like the KKK?
Got him. You know that meme about Leonardo?
Yo, why
That was that, eh?
Why did they have Jadion's face in the top left corner?
They're like these huge black dudes, and they were all strapped. They were all black. There was like 10. I'm just saying, every single one of them was black. Okay. If there's 8 dudes on security and they're all black, I think that's worth noting. I mean, they were all like 6'5".
Why is that weird? But why he keep put emphasis on them being black? What does that matter if they're black or white? Who gives a fuck? They security. Who cares if all the security is black? Who cares if all the security is white or Hispanic? Who gives a fuck? I don't even know this shit like that. Like,
black dudes. Yeah, that's terrifying. Is a 6'5" black dude scare you more than a 6'5" white dude?
No. Is it supposed to?
she even like, why would it matter? If you feel intimidated, either one of them will intimidate you, whether he's black or white. If they're 6'5" and you're a little petite little woman, of course you'll be intimidated, no matter what their skin color are. Unless you're trying to insinuate that black people are probably most likely to do something to you. Is that what he's trying to say? Even she's like, what the fuck?
If you guys want to make this a race,
that's his wife, and she's like, what the fuck?
Oh my days.
This is the guy who was hitting up with a gay dude just a year ago talking about what do you put in your booty hole? Are you a bottom or a top? And this is what his pants look like in regards to race things. And this is the man virtue signal. I don't care what nobody says. You can call me alt-right, right-wing, conservative, kook leader, whatever it is. My past ain't got nothing even fucking remotely close to this bullshit. And you want to be up here lecturing me.
Yo, you foul.
And look, I'm not even alleging anything.
No,
I'm not.
We're not.
We're not even framing this any type of way.
anything.
No. We're just observing a story that a viewer sent me, and that's it. I'm not just watching.
officially charged issue. That's between you and yourself, okay?
Over you pussies. You want to wear a mask? That's fine. I'll allow it in our office.
I mean, that's
We usually don't allow masks.
Hassan is super uncomfortable. Yo, for real. Not a fan of Hassan, but when he's with this dude, he's always super like, oh my God, I don't want none of this.
That's so weird.
But I'll make the exception for you.
What an own, bro.
Yeah. Bro, I'll go there and get monkeypox. Or, yeah, fuck COVID. You guys have monkeypox, dude.
What the fuck? Look at their face. This is stupid. Yo.
Yo, Hassan is not happy.
Hassan, you can get out of this relationship if you're being held against your will. Blink twice. He's not. One more thing. Yo.
Turns into like an episode of Blacked. It's like a porn site with like little white.
Have you visited Blacked?
You know he have. You know he have. You know. You know that's his favorite website. You know he watching that, he just be intimidated. He be wanting to cry when he be seeing that shit.
Did you ever get into that one?
The lip gloss. This image is pretty twisted up in itself. She's holding what looks like a phallic object, a little 8-year-old girl, and a big, giant black man.
This dude is weird. He's a weirdo.
Looking in on her, man.
He's a
it's
weirdo.
like Blackzilla. This guy's got a weird fantasy, dude. Blackzilla. It's the little 8-year-old white with
What are you
blonde hair.
talking about? What are you
Likes
talking
it.
about? What are you talking about? That's a grown woman doing a porno. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? You got some weird shit going on in your head.
Likes him white and blonde.
You know what's crazy?
Food dog.
This
It's
fool's
really bizarre.
It's weird.
This
Not
fool's
allegedly.
tripping.
I don't believe that kind of shit in the past just goes away. Me personally.
Did it play?
I think that shit goes a little bit deep.
You know what's crazy? I grew up in the suburbs of Los Angeles, Ventura.
Yes.
And I grew up, I don't think I've ever known a black person.
Really?
What?
What? Bro. That's impossible for you to grow anywhere in America and you've never known one black person. What the fuck are you talking about? What the fuck are you talking about? That's impossible. You didn't know one black person. And you grew up in LA, you didn't know one. What do you mean you don't know one? Did you not ever see a black person before? Or was it like, oh my God, what is that thing? Or do you mean like you've never been friends with a black person? You say you've never had a black friend before, I could understand that. But to say you've never known a black person, like you've never met a black person before, you've never met one, you've never seen one before, that's impossible. What are you talking about? This dude is weird.
What? I know it's.
I like how the two hoes are like, really?
What?
And everyone else watching home's like, we can tell.
Yeah, we can tell.
No.
We can tell.
He probably
We can tell.
if he
You haven't
means
been
he's never been
slapped upside the
friends
head
with
for
one,
using
that
that.
Yeah,
makes
even
sense.
though you look like you built for a Tyler Perry movie,
That's
you
shocking,
look like you
because
don't
he
know a
look
single
like
black
he
person.
would, but you
Fucked
don't
up.
know
It's
black
fucked up, but I've never been in a situation in my life where I've been in close proximity with black people. I've never known a black person.
Are you being
Like, had a
serious?
friend?
Yes, I'm serious.
Like
No.
all through elementary
What do you
school,
mean,
high
No,
school?
no, I wouldn't.
They should have asked him, what do you mean? Like, you've never been friends with a black person, or you've never, like, encountered one? Like, you've never seen one before? Like, because that would be weird. So if you say you've never been friends with one, then it's like, that's not that shocking. It's like, okay.
The white guys look at like, how white are you again? Not even in elementary school. You didn't even see one of them little niggas.
He
I know.
tripping.
Not one.
He tripping.
Not once.
Can I send my kids there? Where is that exactly that you grew up?
School, elementary school, high school, there was only like a couple of black people in
Oh,
a
so you've
class of like
seen them.
500.
So he's
and
saying,
in college I went to
So basically he's saying he's never been friends with them. Okay, man, that's not surprising.
UCSC. They had a joke.
Oh, there's no black people in
Exactly.
Santa Cruz.
No, I know. I'd be down to hang out with a white dude pretending to be a black
Right.
person. That would make me a lot more comfortable.
That's something that could
Get my
definitely be
toe in the
arranged.
wall.
Yeah, yeah.
Then maybe
That's
I can
safe way.
graduate.
Yeah, I
He's
agree.
definitely
That's
racist.
wild, man.
Let's just
Yeah,
call it what it
yeah.
is. Let's call it Ethan is racist as fuck. That's just what it is.
You guys have been friends with black
Shelton.
people?
Yeah.
How many black people have you known in your life?
In my life?
Oh, gosh.
I've had
What
black
type
That's
of
a
question
weird-
is that?
Fucking question. Hey, yo.
You can't even
All right,
this
roll
white
it.
people out.
Roommates,
You mean,
man.
like, no, like,
Holy
been
shit!
friends
You
with
have a
them?
black
Like,
cast member.
Yeah.
Been
You do?
around?
I just
Like,
had
what
to
the
check.
fuck?
Yeah,
You saying been around? Been around?
So
Do you have
fashionable,
a huge?
too.
What the fuck are you talking
Did you have a huge? I just.
Why are you asking about this dude? Oh my god, this dude is weird, bro. That's his wife. Like, I don't understand how these women be with you. Oh, bro, money. I tell you, come on. You think 100 years ago, 100 years ago, 200 years ago, a lot of these dudes would not be able to reproduce. They have no testosterone in their body. They would be killed out. They would be dead somewhere. They would be dead somewhere. This dude is bro. Oh my god. Him and Destiny is like, oh my god, these dudes wouldn't be able to survive. They would not be able to procreate. What woman would want to be with this dude if he didn't have money? Like, oh my god, I'm so attractive. His soft, half feminine, possibly homosexual tendencies. Oh my god, like, there's nothing about this motherfucker masculine. Nothing about him is manly. He asking niggas about the size of their dicks and what is wrong? Why you asking this dude how big his dick is? What the fuck? Why do you want to know that information? Because he's black, you want to know if his dick bigger than yours? This nigga's gay. This dude is homosexual.
Did you?
Topic. No, I said, no, do you? Not did you?
Well,
These guys are honestly as bad, and in some cases worse, because I see them serving as a gateway into this really toxic manosphere, transphobic, misogynistic
People who aren't racist, who aren't misogynist, are tired of being called fucking racist, misogynist pieces of shit by people like you. Because people are tired of being like, feel like they're racist, misogynist pieces of shit from the social justice warrior movement, where you can't possibly say anything without offending someone. This cult of outrage, people are sick of it.
Women be trying to ruin men's lives. It's just what they do.
I'm gonna go out of my way to lie.
I don't like him, so I'm just gonna go lie about him assaulting me.
That is such an insanely hurtful thing to say.
One, stop. Let's not act like, oh my god. That doesn't happen. Look, stop. We give hundreds of examples.
About any woman ever. It's
What?
a very
That's like when they be saying believe all women. Like, no. That is the most absurd thing I've ever heard in my life. That's like saying women don't lie, women don't cheat, women don't steal, and women completely just like unfallible. Like that's impossible. Like they human beings just like everybody else. They fuck around, they cheat, they rob, they finesse a lot of money. They do all type of behind your back shit just like everybody else. Just like, man, don't leave all of them just because she got a vagina. Like, get the fuck out of here. Even people be in jail with that. Like, the fuck?
Very humiliating
That's like saying
experience to
believe-
go through something like that, and for anyone to assume that like someone claiming being a victim or
So
surviving
no-
something is them like wanting to boost their ego.
What are you talking about, believable? Like, what are you saying? It's just, you should not think she's lying. Why not? It's a possibility. The fuck?
Play the thing.
So is so incredibly wrong and uninformed that like you 1,000,000% should not be making content about this, because you're teaching young men who don't know anything about this, and then you're telling young women to not talk to each other, to not talk to anyone, to not tell anyone that something happened, because idiots like you.
And you know what? You sound like a feminist loser, though.
Yeah.
I'm just going to interject.
I do.
If
I
you don't
do.
know who
I'll say
Olivia
it
is,
again.
she's the loser feminist researcher who
Yeah.
spends all her day on Reddit boards and thinks that's research. Okay,
Sorry guys, I'll take it back.
mind you, that's not me editing that. They edited the soundboard, and right in the middle of what she's talking, they started playing that shit.
That's fucked up.
That's hilarious.
That's fucked up.
I was like, yeah, you can tell her.
You know, you
Tell
can't
her.
do it.
And I like how she's coming out like, look at these old men. And I was like, is everyone on Ethan's team mentally declining? How you gonna come at us talking about age? Ethan Klein's 37 going on 85. My
That
man
motherfucker
aging
look
like
like
fucking
50.
sun-dried
Yeah,
feta
he's
cheese.
like, this
and
YouTube
you gonna
shit
tell
is killing
me,
him,
ooh, these old men.
Is there people that are older than Ethan on that? The guy, the big guy with a big beard, looks
I don't
older.
know, bro. They all look like they could be anywhere.
Yes.
They got that Mighty Morphin age going.
Yeah, Mighty Morphin white people age.
Yeah,
Wonder bread.
yeah. Aging like avocado. Let's go.
Sourdough bread.
So the girl claimed that she was strained and she was terrified while she was at Myron's place, this creepy guy who was trying to get at her. And she demanded a ride, and Myron wouldn't. And everyone's calling him a piece of shit for not giving her a ride. Everybody got that on their phone.
Women be lying.
Punching the GPS, boom, you gone. I'm stranded.
Bureau of Prisons down in
Yeah,
Miami.
Myron was the player.
You guys want to see how
Myron was
fucking
not-
lazy these chicks are?
Myron was that player. He broke that shit down 1 mile, bro. It was literally, you could walk that. Literally, 1 mile is not far. Even an Uber. Come on.
1 mile. If you don't get the
1 mile.
That 1 mile walk is 26 minutes. No, this bitch needs to walk or call an Uber. It's 5 a.m. Walk through downtown Miami. It's only 1
They
mile.
said it's the safest neighborhood in California.
Mile. At least
says
don't
they're
act
very
like it's
confident.
If anyone spent any time in Brickell, you know how
I've
safe it is.
I've never seen so many cops.
Brickell is one of the safest
But,
fucking
you know, they
areas.
gotta
These
make
guys
it
are
seem
making
like
it
a bitch
sound
can
like
get kidnapped
it's
and
downtown
raped.
Los
It's like,
Angeles.
stop.
But we weren't even saying she had to
The
walk.
walk. Take a Uber.
You know how much a 1 mile Uber ride costs?
1 mile? Like, what the fuck? Like $7.
$10
Like
USD.
$7.
I think you could afford to pay that for your safety from a creepy man, no?
Mile, I think it's a little less.
I think it's like $7, $8.
At least
The
don't
minimum, I
act
think,
like
is
it's
$8. So you
crazy
pay
that she asked for a
$8.
ride. Don't fucking pretend that you would want your mom or sister or any female woman in your life to do
You know
that.
what she would do? Jump in a Uber
yeah.
for $8.
To get the fuck out?
I would probably tell my mom or anybody in my life, first off, don't be a retard who goes back to some dude's place who you don't think is a good person and you think he's creepy and weird. First off. But anyway, let's go past that. I would tell them, yeah, don't accept a ride from a dude that you think is creep. Don't let him give you a ride back to your place so he can see where you're.
So wait, you was trying to get a ride from him after she already called him out as being some type of weirdo? Why would you want to get back at his call if you think he's weirdo? You wouldn't want to be around him. You just get away from him. It's $8. You ready to risk your life for 1 mile? What's for more? If he was so, you would walk that. If you just didn't have no money and had no way, you would just walk that. And I'm sure you have $8. Like, come on, don't do that.
See where you're staying. Don't get in a car with him in isolation out in public so he can drive you anywhere and lock them doors. Yeah, I would probably tell you to either walk, get outside, get to the lobby, call a friend, call an Uber, call a taxi, call
Like,
family,
come on.
anything else.
You're
Yeah,
a mile
I would
away.
tell you to do anything, but ask the very person you're claiming is some giant piece of shit to give you a ride home.
That don't make
So
sense.
you know
to me.
that's already bullshit. You know it's already bullshit. That's like you was with a motherfucker that
Ethan
just
mental decline in full effect.
sexually
People
assaulted you
between
like
the
you
ages of
dropped me
18 to
home.
34
What the fuck?
are actually now less accepting of LGBTQ people than they were over a year ago. And this dropped by over 8%.
Let's talk about that. And I 100% agree. Just because of what's going on. They see what's going on the internet. They on social media more than everybody else. They see every other day there's some babe all these pronouns, motherfuckers using women bathroom. They see all this bullshit. And anybody who didn't grow up in a fucking psychopathic household with insane parents trying to give them fucking on hormone blockers and nothing like that, you're gonna be like, this shit is weird and I'm not into that, and you're gonna kind of even resent them even more. So that makes sense because y'all pushing this shit down people's throat. Get the fuck out of here. Do your thing. Why you forcing that on me? That's not my lifestyle. You live your lifestyle. I don't fucking come around you with the shit I'm doing.
Always this mantra that young people are inherently going to be more and more liberal, but we're actually seeing the opposite thing being true. Part of why I think this is becoming true is that people are seeing some of the tactics that LGBTQ activists are using in order to further their agenda. And
so again, this is like really classic bigotry, where it's the trans people's fault.
LGBTQ activists are using. I don't know.
I never said transphobe.
Of course, he gotta make it sound like he's them motherfuckers is full of shit.
Say trans people's fault? No, I said activists' fault. Yeah, I don't think the perception of black people going down is due to black people. I think a lot of times it can be due to activists, right? Look at BLM. Whether you like it or not, that didn't reflect well on black people, right? Because the organization that was supposed to fight on our behalf, it turns out those activists were thieves, liars, and they were stealing people's funds. Yes, the activists contributed to a negative effect on the growing people, the same way activists like yourself and other creators online and other people even in the world, and the way that they engage in protests may be having a negative impact in the perception that people have of the group that they're trying to protect. That's the point I was making.
Hence, whenever
and
you
I
have
literally said that, but because
his mind is working.
Ethan's gonna Ethan.
He's gonna Ethan.
we got this. Anyways, you have the tape.
I don't know how, it's not that hard to understand the difference between sex and gender. Sex and gender are two different things. Are you guys listening?
Yeah, listening.
I'll explain it. Sex is your biological gender assigned at birth.
I'm breaking it in half. I don't give a fuck. Tourette happened whenever you're more stressed. So he needs to. He's flaring up right now. Flaring up right now. Explain that.
Are you guys listening? I'll explain it. Sex is your biological gender assigned at birth. There's female and male. All right, now let's go on to the other part, which I think you're having a lot of trouble with. Gender. Gender is how people express themselves. As a social construct.
As a social construct. Yeah, hold on. Let him finish his definition, bro.
Anytime I hear social construct, I don't want to hear everything else you say after that.
I'm comfortable.
You say social construct, I don't want to hear nothing else you want to say. You blame it on society in any way, I don't want to hear what you gotta say. What you hear, it's a social construct and what this, oh god, it's another one that's gonna come to me.
I'm very comfortable.
You're going to ask me, what is the concept of gender?
You're not comfortable with this.
Okay, brother. We are going to talk this. Okay, gender with a G or a J? Gender. You know gender. Okay, we do the same one. Okay.
Gender. Gender is how people express themselves as a social construct and on a spectrum. People identify.
Spectrum. I hear anybody say spectrum. I don't want to talk to you. I hear social construct. I don't want to talk to you. I'm sorry. I don't conversate with these type of people.
With different genders based on how they feel and how they want to express themselves.
You don't even know how you feel.
Do you see that they're two different things?
You don't even know how you feel. You're just saying that because that's the thing to say. You don't even know how you feel. So what are you talking about?
Listen, he essentially just said gender.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nigga, you didn't say it.
I would have felt like.
It's people that like they identify with different than genders.
And it's
that's
how you
what gender.
feel.
Yeah.
on the day of and the spectrum and how you express yourself
according-
as in gender. You guys understand?
Yeah, it's really simple.
This is why I have 5 researchers for me, so we can come up with good answers.
Yeah, it's 5 people.
This is what we do.
researching for you.
The man docked someone on a live.
What happened is I really fucked up, and I feel horrible ever that you have to answer for this mistake that I made. It was horrible and shouldn't have happened, and I will forever be making up for it.
We all make
She's
mistakes.
wearing hello makeup.
But do we actually know what doxing is?
That same woman who up there will be like, "Oh, don't sexualize me." If you just up here on camera making content, why you got on 10 pounds of makeup? Like, what is all that for? Just making content.
Like, that's a pretty serious. Dude, what the? Do you know what?
Why
Like,
you glammed up?
we
Where
said
you going?
the name,
You sitting in
which
your
was
house.
his name and his occupation. We never showed his Instagram page.
Just we said what business he was in,
Look
and
at
it was
him.
wrong.
Why you glammed up? Where
Me.
you
We
going?
never showed
Right.
his
It'd probably
Instagram.
take an hour and a half to put on all that makeup just to shoot these videos.
Campaign.
No.
You still doxed him.
I'll keep it simple. I used his name and his occupation, put it into Google, his name came up right away. Then Ethan was kind enough to tell me that he was Asian, so it made it pretty easy to figure out who's who. You doxed.
You doxed him.
You know you doxed him because people went out after him and you guys had to apologize for it later.
You tell me where's the malice, okay? Go ahead.
Was it worth all the lie? All of that? Now you just look stupid, Danielle.
Yeah.
I'm saying your name because motherfuckers have to know your name. The same way you try to frame a motherfucker like that, people need to know who the fuck you are.
Yeah.
Just so they.
And that's the thing I don't like. Motherfuckers will lie on you, say you did this, that, and the third, put you out there to the world. Say you did all type of shit. And then when you come back with proof that this motherfucker's lying, you put their information out, everybody go after them, talking shit about them. Oh, why you doing that? Let her live. Like, no. The bitch said I did something I didn't do. I prove I didn't do it. I'll put her shit out there. Because my name is out there. My name is in the street. I'm a public figure. My name in the streets. Your name got to be in the streets too for lying. Now I'm some type of bad guy because my feds coming after. Like, no, we don't play that. That's why I don't like that. They always keeping the woman information concealed. No. Put that shit out in the streets. The streets need to know. Just like my name was all ran through the streets. Everybody was shitting on me. Nobody want to fuck with me. I lost all type of sponsors, all type of money. You need to be violated too. I feel like it's only right. Especially when they accuse you of rape or some crazy shit like that. It comes out it's not true. I feel like whatever time you was gonna get, she should get. Period. I was about to spend 20 years in jail. She should get 20 years in jail. Justice is served.
Because I think we're gonna have a problem here. Let her picture, by the way, is in this thumbnail. Now let's talk about you guys. Now that we've addressed that, because I think we're gonna have a problem here.
No, we don't have no problem. Somebody say you did something that you didn't do. You a public figure. Everybody knows your first and last name. They can find you. They know where you are, find and ruin your life. So this girl's supposed to lie on me and just move on with her life? No. It's backlash. You'll say that eye
But
for
her
an eye. I
face
don't believe
is
in that.
prominently
I
detailed.
100% believe in an eye for an eye. I don't give a fuck about forgiveness. I don't believe in that. That's foreign language to me. Forgiveness, forgive and forget. No. You lie on me, especially something serious like this, petty shit, I might let go. But anything serious, I don't believe in forgiveness, and I don't believe in letting it go. Bitch, it's on. It's on. I'm all suing you, putting your name out in the streets. What? Come on now. Your life is gonna be a living hell, bitch. You trying to ruin my whole reputation, my livelihood. That shit is not going unanswered. You crazy? I'm supposed to just let you rock? Nah, leave her alone. Nah, fuck that bitch. Crazy?
In the thumbnail, and he's
Like,
literally saying,
but her
people
face,
need to
yes,
know
they
your
need
name.
to know your name. Yes.
What the? Now this is malicious.
How is
doxing.
that? That's malicious. But the bitch trying to ruin Fresh's career by lying, that's not malicious. What type of weird ass generation we live in? And like, nah, equal rights, equal lefts. We not playing this game. You want to ruin my fucking livelihood? Cool. And you lying? It's one thing if I did it. If you did it, cool. Ruin his life. Who gives a fuck? He did it. But bitch, you lying. So you supposed to just go on with your life. You tried to lie on me and put me in jail. Bitch, ruin my career. But I'm weird for putting your information out there. No, bitch, my information was out there. And you lied. So Come on now, let's not play these fucking games.
Fresh and Fit did a video on her on May 13th. We did our video on her on May 17th. They'd already put out all her information to the public, which he should be entitled to. If you go make some accusations about somebody, he should be able to put your name on blast.
In the streets.
How about you?
Crazy.
So my name is
Your
Daniela.
phone number? You
I'm
lucky to
19
put your
years
number
old.
out in the streets.
Right now I'm not working, but I am
This
in
bitch,
school.
come on.
And
regular degular ass bitch. You know fresh fucking bad bitches out Miami. Regular degular. Well, he did this and that, and I'm like, come on, stop. Capping. You prove to be capping, leave her alone. Like, no.
Yeah, this is the video right here, guys, and you can see her with the beanie on the right-hand side. So, okay.
We doxed her. This girl's on the podcast.
Come on, Fresh and Fit already put her out there. About they bring it up or they put her picture up. No, they put her out there before they put her out there.
Openly saying her name
as
and
well
where
as they
she's from
should.
and all that good
Fuck
stuff.
outta
How do we
here.
dox her? And
now I'm the doxer who needs to be banned on YouTube. You guys are fucking monsters for this. Do you?
Bro,
I don't
you're
think
a fucking.
they understand how insane, how fucked up this is.
What a drama queen.
Yeah, like, bro, stop.
They straw man me something that I don't even think, and then they
feminists.
omit Sebastian looking like a total fucking hypocrite dumbass.
I will say there's one thing that they covered in that interview that we didn't cover. At one point, they post up some of his Instagram photos, and they showcase him being a hypocrite because he's posting thirst trap.
And I think you should apologize to the girl you doxed and put her face and name out there. You need to apologize.
So we're going to show you guys the evidence of this girl lying, but if you want a quick summary so you don't have to
fuck
rewatch
outta
this
here.
bullshit, it's pretty simple. She lied about the fact that there's some quid pro quo when she lost her wallet, saying that like, oh, the
Yeah,
reason
I
why I
watched
gave
this one back
Myron
in the
my
day
number
too.
is
She
because
was all on Myron Dick. She was on Myron Dick. Like Myron was on. And if you heard what she was saying, it was complete opposite of what the text showed. Because she's a lying bitch. Fuck out here.
he had my wallet hostage. It's not true. She texted him first. None of that is true. She claimed afterwards that he was texting her incessantly and it was one-sided.
Not true.
When you see the logs and he shows all the receipts, you see her texting back and forth with him very enthusiastically. She makes it sound like he was really pushing for everything. When it turns out in the text message, she was on that was pushing for dinner and
you
for
see
them to
Myron
meet
in the
up.
blue.
She made it sound like she
You
was
see Myron in the
surprised
blue.
and then separated from her
Very
friend when she was
enthusiastic.
aware from
Come
the
on,
whole
get the
time in the
fuck
text
outta here.
conversations that was the plan. And so
Capping
every
ass
turn you look, this girl lied. She lied about being
capping.
stranded. She lied about being super far.
Stranded.
She lied
Which-
about how this
which
guy
would
was
be 2 blocks.
acting.
You
She
must
just
be
lied
stranded, bitch. You
non-stop.
10 blocks away
Now.
from your crib.
Yeah, this is last time we cover this nonsense. It's really boring. It's really boring. This is-
Alright, man, that's the end of the video. We're gonna leave it right there. Like and subscribe. Fuck you guys.